Hi everybody, how you doing? Good morning. Happy Tuesday to everybody. What a day yesterday, huh? A little warm for some of you. So we get some sunshine, it's like in the 80s, and I have people on my page yesterday like, it's a little too warm. Can you take the temperature back a little bit? Mother Nature will do that for you by the weekend. Yes, some big time changes coming for Saturday and Sunday, but until then, feels a lot like summer to close out the month of April and to begin the month of May. And temperatures will be way above average. And even with cloud cover today, temperatures are like soaring like a rocket. See the pun there? Temperatures in the 70s for many locations. Now, why is Scottsboro and Albertville and Fort Payne in the low 70s, and why is the Shoals near 80? Well, the reason why is because the Shoals has had more sunshine this morning, and areas east have had a little bit more cloud cover. But everybody's still warming up significantly in the morning. There were even a few little patches of like light rain on the radar showing up in Jackson County. I don't think it was reaching the ground, but if we're going to have a pop-up shower or thunderstorm today, it will be extremely isolated, and it would be for like Jackson and DeKalb County sometime between about 2 and 5 p.m. But I don't think a lot of you will get wet today. I think many of you will stay dry. You'll probably sweat a little bit with temperatures that will soar into the 80s once again, and instead of feeling like the end of April, it will feel more like the end of May, temperature-wise. And temperatures this week will stay warm really all week long until we get to that weekend drop-off. So that's the problem there in Guntersville. A lot of cloud cover there. So areas east, like in Albertville and areas like in DeKalb and Jackson County, your temperature is not quite as warm as everybody else because of all that cloud cover that you see there on the camera. And let's go into Huntsville, and you can see just a little bit of sunshine tries to pop. So I was just outside, went to go get gas across the street, and the sun came out. It felt really warm. Then the sun went back behind the clouds, played shy, and then it felt a little bit like it wasn't as warm. I'm not going to say cool because low 70s is hardly cool, but nonetheless, you can see not everybody having the same type of weather out there through the morning, and that translates and trickles down into what your temperatures are currently at this time. I still think we'll get into some sunshine though, so it should be all right. I'm gonna take these screen full. Oh, look at me go. Now I can see the sunshine even a little bit more because now that's a little bit bigger. Hi, Samantha. Hey, Big Cheddar. I finally got the tube night to watch this. Hey, I just love the nickname. That's all I want to say. Like, if anybody, as long as you have the time to watch, I had the time to talk to you, Samantha, so I appreciate it. I love the nickname. You call me Big Cheddar. I like that. I don't know. I think it's. I think I'm going to go there. I'm going to make a T-shirt and tell everybody that my new nickname is Big Cheddar. Came from this weekend. It's a long story, everybody. We'll talk. We'll catch you up another time. Donna Oliver. Hi, Jeff from Phil Campbell. Do from PC is in the house. AJ says hi, Do. He knows that you watch when he does his updates too with the news and everything else. And Do, we appreciate you always being on 48 and being like an awesome viewer, watching all of our stuff. And I'm going to watch the graphic change to the next one. Let me see what we got here. I'm trying to reach out, get it to go. There it is through the net today. There it is. So there's your temperature. See the little 20%? We're going to call that a CYB, called Cover Your Butt Forecast, because if we have a pop-up shower or a storm, it's going to happen sometime in the afternoon. I think we could take the 20% out for 11 and noon, but we'll say 1 to 5, okay? And that'll be for areas mainly east of I-65, really east actually, closer to the Georgia state line. And if you do have an isolated shower or storm, you'll pop a brief downpour quickly and then it will move on out. And otherwise, it's just another warm day. Now, it's not nearly as bright as it was yesterday. I mean, we had sunshine galore yesterday until some late cloudiness in the day, but it was really, really nice. Today, probably not quite as bright, but still a very warm day. And a lot of you are liking this forecast. We stayed mainly dry over the weekend. We've taken the dry conditions into Monday and Tuesday, and we'll probably squeeze out mainly dry conditions tomorrow too. I'll show you the 3-day forecast coming up. But tonight, partly cloudy. We put some patchy fog in there. I will say this. If you have a shower or storm this afternoon, though it will be brief, it will wet the ground enough that will cause enough evaporation during the night that you would have fog more likely than somebody else would. Also, if you're really close to like a lake or river, there could be some fog along the river, okay? That will be the best or highest chance of fog when you wake up tomorrow morning. Most of us won't have it, but if you do, that's where it will be. 3-day forecast, I probably should change that big bright blue sky behind it because it's going to get dark and gray by the end of the week. After a Wednesday that features a slight chance of a storm, your higher chance of rain will come Thursday and Friday. For those of you who work outside, maybe you mow lawns for a living, you do some landscaping, trying to time the rain out, I think Thursday morning you're good. And then towards the afternoon, after about 1, 2 o'clock, the rainfall will become more widespread. It'll be heavy at times, and there could be a storm or two that produces some winds up to about 35, 40 miles an hour. It does not look like it will be a widespread severe weather kind of event, but it will be some heavy rainfall potential. Now, Thursday night, those storms will back off a bit by about 6, 7 o'clock, and you think, oh, we're done. Not quite yet. There's still some more rain that has to come through on Friday. There's like a 1-2 punch with 2 different cold fronts. And all it means for you at home, it's not going to bring in cold air. It's just going to bring temperatures down a bit for the weekend and some cooler air in. And it will spark those showers and thunderstorms that you see there on Thursday and Friday. And on Friday, the rainfall could be heavy at times. Now, the Friday rainfall will come in during the afternoon, but it will linger longer than Thursday. So that means much of Friday night will have the threat for some rain. So if you're going to be going out Friday night and getting your weekend started, going out to dinner or whatever your plans are, expect some wet roads through Friday night. Now, once that rain moves on out, we may wake up Saturday morning with just a few clouds and got to get through some low cloudiness before we pop sun. But the big change comes Saturday and Sunday. It's not cold, it's just cooler. So it'll be like low 70s. And I would not be surprised if on Saturday a few locations get stuck about 68 or 69. And the temperatures will be a little bit cooler in the afternoon. And that means that on Saturday night, if you're thinking about doing like a fire pit or you got one of those solo stoves, I'm coming over because it's going to be chilly and those temperatures are going to drop back into the 40s on Saturday night. When you wake up for church services on Sunday, you might have to grab a heavy jacket. You do you, boo. I'm not going to tell you what to wear, but I'll say right now, it might be cool enough where you might want to break out something a little bit more than a light jacket. Temperatures will respond on Sunday with sunshine back to the low 70s. Nothing in the way of any kind of frost or freeze or anything like that. Those of you who are gardeners and you're worried about always that late season cold snap that could maybe mess up stuff for you in the garden, that's not this kind of cold on Saturday night. But after hitting 80s all week long, that's going to be a slap in the face when you wake up Sunday morning. And of course, I'll be here that morning. We'll talk about the cold temperatures together because I'll be on air doing the weather on Sunday morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 5 a.m. And then next week, temperatures moderate back to the 80s and a lot of dry weather. So after we get some rain Thursday, Friday, we kind of want that to play out a bit because you don't want to go an extended period of time without getting any raindrops, right? So if you have Thursday, Friday, you get some rain, good, get it out of here, then you can still enjoy the weekend. And then next week looks dry. And even beyond the 10-day forecast, just going out there and getting all crazy on you, day 11, 12, 13, which would take you to the following weekend, looks dry as well. And if that's the case, that's a lot of dry and a lot of sunshine. And that's a pretty fantastic way to start May. Again, you don't want the dry times to go too long. You gotta strike a nice balance. But yeah, I mean, once you get past that rain Friday, it could be game on of like beautiful weather for numerous days, several days, like a whole week, maybe more. So good stuff, good stuff. I roll my eyes. So I got to find out, hang on, let me get this name really quick. I got to pass this along before I forget, because if I forget, I'm going to forget again. I forgot yesterday, and I want to pass this along. So this weekend, I had I went down to Panoply, and I had the pleasure of getting down there, and I was watching the concert, and they put these different shows on. So like they have live stage acts going on all the time, right? And really cool is that sometimes you never know what you're going to get. You're going to get a whole bunch of variety of kind of music, right? So I happened to stumble upon, and I want to say Emily. I want to make sure I get her name right. I don't want to mess this up. I want to make sure I get the name correct because she's wicked cool. And I'm leading into something here once I find the name, but I have to find the name first because I want to make sure I have the right name. So just bear with me for a moment. All right, let me see what I got here. So Emily Joseph. I knew it was Emily. I just want to make sure I got the last name right. So a young lady and her band, Emily Joseph Band, was playing at Panoply, and they went on stage at 1:15, and I stayed right there and watched everything. She did a little Shaka Khan. She did a little Stevie Wonder. She did a little Michael Jackson. And this girl crushing it when she was singing. Like, it was awesome. So I did a little information about her, right? Not only was she at Panoply on Sunday, but she actually has a band that plays around here locally. And what a great event. So, like, she does events like she's in Gunnersville. I think it's on May 15th, for instance. And not City Harbor. She's, like, in the town, like, where they do the concerts there. I forget the name of that place. But what I'm saying is, like, family events, things to do. And you're always thinking, like, you're at home and you're like, it's a Wednesday night or a Thursday night. There's nothing really to do. I want to pick up the week. go to her website, and they are actually perform live across the area at all different locations. And if the weather is great, you go out there, you sit out there, and you bring a lawn chair, you just chill out, watch a little singing going on, and you enjoy some great weather while you're getting some good music and trying to find and do things across the Tennessee Valley that are maybe outside the box and have some fun. That's something to do. And I'm telling you right now, if you go see her sing, you're going to be so impressed because it's that good. Like, I was so impressed. It was awesome. All right, Samantha, I'm so excited for After Friday. I'm excited too because the weather looks good. Bring it on. Lots going on. Strawberry Festival this weekend in Moulton. Yep, Lawrence County Strawberry Festival. There was one in Coleman last week, and I kept talking about the Strawberry Festival, and I wasn't really delegating on air which one I was talking about. But there's multiple Strawberry Festivals. But the one in Moulton this weekend, the weather looks to be fantastic. Now, it's more like, I think it's a Friday, Saturday event, actually. I don't think it's Saturday, Sunday. So Friday might have some rain. But Saturday looks really good for it, which is great. Hi, Chelsea. Hello, Jeff from Arab. I love Arab. I go down there all the time. I know all the restaurants in Arab because I like food, and there's some great restaurants in Arab. I go down there all the time. Beautiful area down there. Speaking of being out and about today, this afternoon I get the dubious honor of being in Dutton, Scottsboro, and Guntersville, all in the afternoon. I can't wait to go. And my last stop is Guntersville, so don't think I'm not going to go drive over to City Harbor and hang out for a little while before I come back to Huntsville, because it is beautiful. And by then, even Guntersville, even though I just showed you the camera, it was all cloudy and stuff, should have a little sunshine too. Everybody gets a little sunshine. Or I'll be the unlucky one that gets that stray shower and thunderstorm, and I'll park it right over my head everywhere I go, and it will follow me, and I'll get wet, and that's fine. That's okay. That means my forecast was right, so that's good. It's all right. All right, where are we at now? Thank you for laughing at my jokes. I appreciate that. Okay, peanut gallery. All right, I can hear a little laugh behind my ear right there. I love it. All right, 10:41. I got to get ready. So TVL y'all is coming on, and Peyton's here. She's going to knock it out of the park like she does every day. And I'll give a couple weather updates here and there. And then Gina Benitez will be on for the noon show. We got you covered. She's got more updated news stories from this morning that she'll bring on right at the top of the show to keep you updated on the latest news across the Tennessee Valley. I'll throw in a couple weather hits here and there too. And of course, Brad will be in tonight, and he'll have the very latest for you on the forecast. But I know it's a little bit more cloud covered today, but still warm. And if you're into warm, this works for you. And if you're into cool, Saturday and Sunday work for you too. We got a little bit of everything in this forecast for everybody. But for now, I'm going to check out. I'll talk with you all soon. Have a good day, everybody.